Hi, I'm Reeba Magulick. I'm the founding partner of the D8 Group, and I'm here to tell you about our unique methodology that has been helping businesses over the last 7.5 years win government contracts systematically and efficiently. So just a quick intro, I've been in business development and government contracting for about 20 years. I founded the company in 2018. We have since supported 135 government contracting firms, from single owner firms all the way up to $100 billion size companies, some of the largest systems integrators and largest government contractors in the industry. So to start off, let me go ahead and dive right into D8 Group. Basically, we provide a new way to win ethically for government contractors. We're a boutique consulting practice with about 9 key members as well as 100 subject matter experts and consultants on the bench. We have a very high track record of winning government contracts. And this is actually outdated. We have now supported over 135 clients and growing, of all shapes and sizes, socioeconomic classes, because our expertise is finding who is buying exactly what you're selling within a specified period of time and lining it up for a win. And that is how we came up with our menu offering of services, which we encapsulate as our systematic steps towards winning. So the 4 steps to our systematic steps towards winning include: number 1, pipeline. That the opportunity has to be the pointy end of the spear. So we get our clients from the top, meaning thousands of best fit opportunities, down to a few dozen after 5 sessions, a 90-minute kickoff and 4 qualification sessions. It is by far the most comprehensive and best pipeline exercise in industry, bar none, compared to anybody out there. And that's proven by 98% of our clients saying that we found them deals that they would not have otherwise found. Plus, it's using that BD mindset and that creativity to actually determine what deals, what the art of the possible is around pursuing deals. From there, if the client wants to keep going, we offer what we have coined as Capture Light. Both our pipeline methodology is trademarked, as well as our Capture Light methodology. And these racehorses represent the top 10 opportunities at the tip of the funnel, which must be matured in a variety of manners. Because what may have looked good in a CRM system or a spreadsheet, now you need to tear apart, and we have a deliverables-based approach to this, which sets us apart from everybody else. There's no guessing, what is my consultant doing for me? We're meeting weekly on the pipeline, and we're meeting bi-weekly on the Capture Light phase. And the deliverables include things such as formulating the gap analysis upon which the teaming recommendations are built, if any. Do you need a prime? Do you need a sub? Then we're actually picking up the phone and making those introductions for our clients. So it's very, very hands-on compared to the majority of the firms out there. And oh, by the way, this is not us introducing us to our friends and neighbors, but truly the firm that upticks the probability of win for your company on a specific opportunity. So that means D8 Group is unique in that we will actually outreach to companies we don't even know, and we have a very high success rate of getting them together with you and facilitating a beautiful, efficient, intelligent kickoff an introductory session, because the opportunity was the pointy end of the spear. And we'll get into a little bit more detail. And finally, below that, everything else is pay by the drink for any of our services that the clients would like, including capture, proposal, agency-specific SMEs, price to win consultants, graphics artists, so on and so forth. Why the need for us? BD is not the same as sales. And unfortunately, our industry in government contracting does not tend to attract that talent. In a lot of cases, you're going to find that you do have to have a very firm understanding of the FAR. So you don't want to extract intel in a manner that is going to get anybody into hot water. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want the contracting officer to go to jail. So the knowledge of the federal acquisition regulations combined with the hunter mentality, hunter versus farmer, is such a rare skill set in our industry today as it stands, that it ends up being, you really are looking for a unicorn in federal government business development, and it's a hard thing to find. And because of that reason, you know, not a lot of sales types are attracted to this industry, because the sales cycle is typically 6 to 24 months to capture a deal. So for coin-operated salesperson, it's not always the most attractive thing. But nevertheless, you do need that rigor and that hunger to successfully be a BD person. And really what we're having a lot of our clients tell us now is that, hey, we just it's the revolving door. We're attracting people, they're not succeeding, they're wasting our time and money for 8 months, and then they're moving on to another higher paying job because it's a classic supply-demand issue. So some of the ROI that D8 brings to bear. One is that it's reduced costs. If you were to sign up for every service on our menu, it is still a fraction of the cost of hiring an employee. Plus it's 30 days notice to get rid of us versus 3 HR actions. So really we have to put our money where our mouth is. Otherwise we wouldn't be in business, right? But we are thriving because it is such a low risk, high efficiency option for many of the C-suite executives out there in government contracting today. Increased speed, zero training time, we're able to hit the ground running. You are working with capture experts, BD experts, agency specific SMEs, expert proposal managers. It's not a huge team, but it's a small and dangerous team in a good way. So we therefore increase the efficiency. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. We're plugging and playing the experts that you need. I may be able to get you there 80% of the way with the teaming strategies and the call plans, but we may actually only need a couple of hours of an SME from d8’s, for example, to open that specific door to get a customer meeting prior to RFP drop. And we have wonderful results that speak for themselves. Our foundational belief is that exceptional business development is art plus science, meaning you do need the EQ to read the room, to say things in simple English in a manner that's interesting and understandable. But quite frankly, to have that social personality, to be able to get in, to be memorable. But that's not enough. Unfortunately, our industry today is full of a lot of people on this side of the equation who are not closing business, and that's turning into a problem. But equally, the flip side of the equation is just as problematic if you are doing paralysis by analysis. I've seen teams that know every line item of the budget. They know everybody on source selection, but you put them in front of a customer and they're tone deaf, or they lack the EQ to say, hey, this person's bored, or they're not understanding what I'm saying, and they're not leaving the meeting asking 3 times what it is that they wish to achieve from the meeting. You got to make it quick, simple, and simple English. So really, the beauty of D8 Group is that it's not just a philosophical strategic analysis. It is for those business executives that have to hit numbers. And oh, by the way, that's everybody. So we take you from strategy to pipeline in a very efficient manner. This is the Z curve. You can't see it here. I'm going to show it expanded on the next slide. But basically, we're trying to skate to where the puck is going. And based on the data that we extract in a 90-minute interview with our client, we then tactically build a pipeline of opportunities that starts with about 200 opportunities after we, on our own, search through thousands. And then we meet over 4 sessions to get you to the tip of the funnel. A simple ranking process, all the hands bless these deals at the tip of the funnel. From there, you're still not going to win unless you actually put energy behind those deals, and that is where Capture Light comes in. So imagine your top 10 deals as top 10 racehorses. We're advancing those in the race. We're figuring out, calling the contracting officer on our client's behalf, asking 9 questions. Is it coming out? When is it coming out? How is it coming out? You want to know this stuff early before you get too late into the fiscal year. And then from there, one of these horses is going to break out of the pack, and it's time for you. It's justified now to invest in deep capture exclusively on that one deal. So D8 Groups offers surge support capture managers exclusively, first come, first serve on a deal by deal basis. We will never support 2 clients on the same deal. And then similarly with proposals, from there, when the proposal drops, if your team needs either proposal management or just a support role, a coordinator or a technical writer, we can certainly provide those. And we think this is the systematic step towards winning. And that first bubble you saw was a Z curve. In the 90-minute interview, we're trying to discern, do you want to stay in quadrant 1, which is the organic quadrant? Or can we move you with the pipeline into quadrant 2, which is current customer, new capability? Hey, it turns out I have a well-known name at USPTO, but I didn't know that they were also releasing needs for program management services. Well, we can do that, and we've got street cred there. Quadrant 3 is harder. That's new customer current capability. We do program management, but we don't do it for DOJ. But oh my goodness, because of this pipeline exercise, I'm able to look 6 to 24 months into the future and see opportunities that prove that there's some low-hanging fruit for me in quadrant 3. And then of course, quadrant 4 is the hardest. But this, I am here to tell you, can also be done with enough time. Anything can be won, virtually anything can be won with one factor on your side, and that is time. So if you identify new customer, new capability, you know you're the CGO, you have a vision that I want to go after cyber work, and that's in quadrant 4. Guess what? Now you have the ability to pursue that. So again, to reiterate, the ideal path towards win is your strategy planning, number 1, building a pipeline from that strategy, and quickly and early in the fiscal year, getting to the tip of the funnel so you can say, hey, I've hit bullseye. We've combed the planet and we've gotten down to our most winnable opportunities in these next 6 to 24 months. And in that time frame, BD should be team gapping, which again, if you hire us to do it, we'll do that for you. We should be gathering intel, developing relationships with the government customer ethically and far prior to the RFP drop. And from there, the top contenders are going to go into capture management, where at this phase, long before the RFP drops, you're figuring out your technical strategy, your management strategy. PTW is price to win. Your win themes, discriminators, you're armed and dangerous long before the RFP drops. But here's the mistake that most companies are making, and they never correct the front end of the process. And this is why every company suffers the same sin fiscal year after fiscal year after fiscal year. And that is that they're putting garbage into the pipeline for a variety of reasons. They don't know how to search it. It's not their expertise. They're taking intel from friends, whatever the case might be. Problem number 2, they're not getting to the tip of the funnel. They're stuck they get to the middle. Hey, the pipeline meeting can wait till next week. It can wait till next month. Well, it keeps pushing and pushing and pushing because you're fighting operational fires, things that demand your attention today. Well, guess what? You get a BD person stuck here in the middle of the funnel with about 30 deals. Well, I'm here to tell you, no BD person can win 30 deals. It is critical. The companies that have the discipline to get to the tip of the funnel early are the ones who are going to win. The early bird absolutely gets the worm in this game. And studies have shown that companies that bid less win more time and again, and even more so if those are obviously quality, well-fitting deals. Lastly, because of this, you end up having open action items. You didn't send the white paper to the customer. You didn't get the TA closed with your critical teammate. What a big mistake. And because of that, your capture runway is shortened from what could have been 18 months, 12 months. It shrinks to 3, 2, 1, 0. You didn't get to influence the acquisition strategy. You didn't get to know the customer or at least have some name recognition with them. Now the RFP has dropped. Now you're simply reacting. And the worst part is this piece. This poor proposal team, how bad I feel for them. They had no say-so into what went into the funnel, and yet they're always caught. This is where the bulk of a company's B&P dollars are spent, and they are spending it on the wrong deal. Government spending over $7 trillion a year on products, goods, services. Why is this team pursuing or responding to things where you have no past performance, poor CPARS ratings, no key personnel, no writers, no expertise, and then what happens? You lose, and the senior leadership is upset with their business development team. People get fired, start the whole madness all over again the following fiscal year without fixing the root cause, which is you must fill the pipeline with good deals. And having done this now for 7.5 years at this juncture of when this video is made, and having done this for over 135 companies to date, I am here to tell you, rigorously building a high P-win pipeline gives you a dramatic competitive advantage because everybody else, quite frankly, is just pushing the easy button. And that is no bueno. That is not good to be pushing the easy button because honestly, like even nowadays, even a little bit of hard work can get you in front of partners. That's why we say we're unique in that we don't even have to have a pre-existing relationship with the prospective partner. If the deal fits you and our research indicates that they fill a specific gap and the deal also fits them, that ends up being a very fruitful introduction that, the rewards pay long beyond just this. We've had clients say, wow, because of that introduction, I was able to get my clearance, so on and so forth. And it prevents this behavior. Reactive versus proactive, you're missing the mark. Or this behavior where your pipeline is over flooded with things that you can't win, and guess what? You have to expunge them. And what does Sales 101 tell you? If the quality of the top of the funnel was improper, the results are going to be poor. You're going to miss your financial targets. So in summary, this is D8 Group's proprietary trademarked process called the IQ2B process. It stands for Identify, Quantify, Qualify, Bid. It is a 5-step process. It starts with a 90-minute kickoff where we ask 14 questions of our clients. Think of it as taking measurements for a finely tailored suit. From there, let me go back, I apologize. We literally look through thousands of best fit opportunities. This is what makes D8 Group different. This is not the lazy person's pipeline. Don't worry, we don't show the client thousands of opportunities, but we come back 1 week later and we show you the top rung of your funnel, which generally speaking is around 200 opportunities, curated from these thousands by a person a human being who heard what you had to say here. So it is, yes, we use all the major databases and we use a little bit of AI, but honestly, it's a human being who is discerning, who has done this for a living, that determines this top rung of the funnel, which now is higher probability of win right off the bat, unlike the initial problem I showed you. So from here, we meet 3 more sessions. It's not rocket science. We literally together rank the deals 1, 2, 3x. Clients get no homework. We show up with the data they need. It's a very well put together pipeline that helps a growth executive quickly make a reaction on 1, 2, 3x. Anything you say no to goes into a tab of the spreadsheet called discarded. So you can always go back and say, did we ever look at this deal? Why did we say no? Because our notes are in there. And by the end of the 5 sessions, the cream magically rises to the top. And this has worked beautifully for, like I would say, nearly 99% of our clients, if not 100%. And now they've got some deals that they can really sink their teeth into, and any dollars invested in BNP capture is better spent. From here, the client can choose to stop, or they can say, hey, I want to keep going, do capture light. Again, nothing nebulous. We're meeting every 2 weeks. It's deliverables based so the client can feel the progression. I like to say that D8 Group does more in 4 months than the average BD person does in an entire year. And basically, once we are focused on these top opportunities that, oh, by the way, everybody has blessed, then we go in and we are actually developing a call plan. Think of it as a sous chef chopping up the vegetables for the gourmet chef, who may be your capture manager, or you can hire one of our capture managers. But in any event, we're identifying the BD events that you need to attend based on the call plan. We're outreaching, not just giving you a list, but actually closing the gap for the teams on who you need to meet, whether you're their prime or their sub, whether they fill a socioeconomic gap, a vehicle gap, whatever the case might be. Contracting officer outreach, asking 10 questions, all of those things, maintaining your action tracker. And then, of course, everything beyond that is just pay by the drink. How we do it, we didn't invent anything yet, but we are super users of all the systems out there. We believe in finding the diamond in the rough. We want to call that one lonely contracting officer out in the middle of nowhere that nobody even thought to look at. But guess what? There's a diamond there. I have a real world experience in my history having done this, where I helped one of my former employers win a $25 million sole source contract through this methodology. And how we're unique, lastly, it's not just a bunch of number crunchers or data analysts in the back. It takes a specific muscle and understanding to win federal government contracts, and everyone on the D8 team has been doing this. We are experts. Secondly, we get our hands dirty. I do not believe in giving our clients a clinical report that's philosophical and it sits on their shelf. You paid a lot of money for it. It collects dust. We made you do all the work. No way, not at all. I can sleep at night because we give our clients a quality product, even if you only sign up for pipeline, that you can use for 1 to 3 years in the future. It's a roadmap that you can resource against, hire against, attend the right events. It's done the right way. It gets you from point A to B much, much faster. And then we serve in both capacities, either as, for somebody who can't afford a BD department, they can outsource it to D8 Group, or we can be an augmenter. We have a beautiful bedside manner. We've worked with some of the largest firms, mid-sized, small. We blend in, and very quickly, if there's some ruffled feathers over, why are the consultants here? They quickly adopt us as friends and helpers, because they're like, wait a minute, they're doing the research for me. They're making me shine. They're not making me look bad. They're making me look good. So finally, that brings us to our engagement models, and we can now that you have seen this, give you an idea of pricing. Just email us at info@d8group.com, and thank you for your time.